Hello and welcome to today's video about circulation and the circulatory system. We're going to start off by talking about what the circulatory system is. It's made up of two main components. One is the heart and the other is the blood vessels, of which we have two types. We have arteries. Arteries carry blood away from the heart, and we can remember that because they start with an A. Arteries take blood away. Veins take blood towards the heart, and we can remember that because they've got the word in them, so they take the blood into the heart or towards the heart. In humans we have something called a double circulatory system. That means that it's actually two loops around the body. One loop goes from the heart to the body, and the other loop goes up to the lungs, and we've got different blood vessels that do each one. So we've got a blood vessel that goes away from the heart towards the body. Because it's going away from the heart, it's called an artery. And we've got another blood vessel that's going to go from the body back to the heart. And from the heart, we actually have a blood vessel that goes away up to the lungs, and then at the lungs we have another blood vessel going back down into the heart again. And so because this one's going into the heart, it's a vein. This one's going away, it's an artery. Into the heart from the body, it's a vein. Away from the heart to the lungs, it's an artery. Now there are some names for these major arteries and veins. This one is the one going from the heart to the body. It's the biggest artery in your body, and it's called the aorta. And it takes blood to all the body. The biggest vein that's coming back from the body towards the heart is called the vena cava. And then we've got an artery taking blood away from the heart towards the lungs. Now we've got a name for things that are to do with the lungs. We'd say that things to do with the lungs, especially in terms of circulation, are called pulmonary. So in this case we have a pulmonary blood vessel, but it's taking blood away from the heart, so it's an artery. So this is the pulmonary artery. And on the other side we've got a blood vessel that's taking blood into the heart, so it must be a vein, and it's also associated with the lungs. Because it's something to do with the lungs in the circulatory system, it's pulmonary. So we've got our pulmonary vein coming in here. You might notice that I've drawn one side in red and one side in blue. That's because some of these blood vessels carry oxygen and some don't. The ones in red are the ones that carry oxygen, and so we'd call these oxygenated blood vessels. The ones in blue don't carry oxygen, and so we'd call them deoxygenated. And we can see that as blood comes out the heart with oxygen, it goes to the body. This is where it loses the oxygen. The oxygen gets used up in respiration to help the body move, digest, build up molecules, break down molecules, and all those other reactions that require energy through respiration. Once the oxygen is used up, the deoxygenated blood goes back to the heart. It then gets pumped again back into the lungs so that it can pick up more oxygen. So then it goes back to the heart, ready to have a big pump all the way around the body with its oxygen in again. And so that's why we've separated these two sides, oxygenated and deoxygenated. Most arteries branch off the aorta down here. And so most arteries are in fact oxygenated. The pulmonary artery is the only artery that's deoxygenated. And similarly with the vena cava, a lot of the veins in the body drain back into the vena cava from different parts of the body. And so most veins are deoxygenated, but the only oxygenated vein is the pulmonary vein over here. That's about it for now. I'll see you next time.